amigos y Donny Bialdea. Orale! Cha 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 cha. So, you know, if you go to the southern border, or south of the border, and in the Carolinas, at the North Carolina, South Carolina border, you don't walk away with a cool poncho and a sombrero. Well, then you just did south of the border wrong. But let's get into this video. All right, now that my forehead is all itchy due, the animals have not left me alone since I got home, because I've been away for a couple days. So they are up on my... here's the deal. When I went out there, I just came back from a trip. A lot of you guys will know. I went down to South Carolina, Charleston. Then while I was down there, I got a hold of a buddy of mine. I said, "Hey, what's up, buddy of mine?" And his buddy of mine happens to be Scab over at Choir Boys with a Z Cutlery, who's marching to 5,000 and could use your subs. And I'll tell you what, man, if anybody deserves some subs, this guy does. You know, Scab's awesome. Scab, even before we met, Scab was like, I always tell you, oh, Scab's my boy, Scab's my man, Scab's my brother, man. Scab is my brother. I freaking love this guy. Me and Scab, we meet down in Savannah, Georgia. And the dude, it's like I'm sitting there waiting for him. You know, I'm standing out by my car at front of this little one of the squares there. And as soon as he turns the corner, it was like, that's my man. You know, that's Scab. So we hang out and we walked around all over the place. And he's just a great dude. And it was like, when we were walking around, it was like, this is the dude I walk around with every day. You know what I mean? That's how well it was. Just like we clicked so natural. And this isn't like, you know, a dating website clicked. This is just like I mean, we were like bros. Like, it was like, you know, I just saw him yesterday. Okay, now I'm gonna see him tomorrow. It was like we connected, man. We connect. Scab is a great dude. And let me tell you guys, those who remember and have been watching Scab for a long time, when Scab started, he was a big boy. He was a big boy, and he would do things and lose his breath real fast. And Scab looks good, man. You can't tell. TV adds 10 pounds, right? That's why my poncho looks so big. But he actually, Scab looks good. He looks good, man. We did a whole bunch of walking. Guy's got no problems. So if anybody was thinking, oh man, I hope he's doing better, Scab does great, man. Guys, cool at the underside of the pillow, whatever that means. So this is a knife channel, so we are going to do a gun. Here it is, but not a regular gun. I went to Bass Pro Shops and I was looking at this. Now, while I'm not a big Sig fan, something about this was like, all right, you know, it's very 1911-ish. They tried to copy from the beaver tail to the slide. They tried to copy some 911 aspects of it, but then they gave it this typical polymer gun grip. There's nothing to it grip, and they gave it the nice finger well, squared out trigger guard, and then they gave it the rail. And they didn't just give it this; they copied this. So this one, it's a Sig Sauer, right? But it's actually a Sig Sauer. It's made by Sig. This is an actual Sig, just pellets, right? So that means anybody 18 and over can just go and buy one of these and then shoot it anywhere. I proved it. So basically, you have a slide that while you shoot, you can feel it move. It's got the size and weight. It's exact replica in size and all that as a regular Sig. You even got your 3-dot sights on there. Boop. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it walks the walk. It walks the walk. You pull this out, nobody's gonna know. You know what I mean? Very, very cool. You got your regular mag release, sends out your mag. Now, I don't know if I have any CO2 left, because what happened was, on the way back from the Carolinas, driving up to Massachusetts, I said, ooh, I need to go get an oil change. So I stopped to get an oil change, and while they were oiling my car, I took this thing out in the back with a full magazine, which is this, and I'll show you how much that takes, of 177. It doesn't have to be this one, as long as it's 177 ammo, because you have two different size pellets. You have 22 and 177. This is a 177. But I just went back and I found a can on the ground. I hung it on a little tiny branch, and I'm sitting in back of the oil place just going, bah, 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 bah. And it was on fire. First shot, I ever took with this thing. I loaded up my pellets, and I took aim at 10 yards on that can and hit it dead center, and then I hit it rapid fire. Bop, 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 bop. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how accurate it is. It's freezing out. I'm not going to lie to you, so I'm going to hate it, but we're going to go out there and we're going to make some rounds fly. So anybody who's interested in getting a plinker, especially some of you guys who live in places where you can't buy guns, you can buy this gun. Go to your Bass Pro Shops, go to your Dick's, go to your eBay. I don't care. You can buy these. You can buy them right online, order them, and send it to your house because it's a pellet gun. So here's the deal: you take off the handguard there, and you can, if you want, shoot it without that. That way you can have a quick change of your CO2, or you can quickly insert a new CO2. And just to do that, there's this little guy right here, this little tab, and you just loosen it all the way. It's basically like a little foot, a little seat, and it goes up and down. And what happens is you just take one of these guys. It's a 12 gauge CO2 canister, and you take the little tip and you stick the tip in all the way up inside that hole, really deep, right? So you just stick the little tip in. You don't have to press it in or anything. It just falls right in, and then you wind this. And what I did is, because I wasn't shooting it right away, and I think you can lose CO2 just by having it in there, so I just tightened it a little bit without puncturing the CO2. Then when I was ready to shoot, I twisted it all the way, and it was armed and ready to go. And then I shot off a full mag. I don't know how long the CO2 lasts on these, so I don't know if it's more than a mag. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out and we're going to shoot it, and then if I need to add more CO2, then you guys can see how CO2 is added. But it's very, very cool. If you're a shooter and you need to practice but you can't get to the range, you can do this right in your backyard. Doesn't matter. You can pull over on the side of the road. It doesn't matter. These things are great, and they feel and move just like the actual thing. And this isn't the only model they sell you, so you can get them in different models. You can get a Smith & Wesson M&P. You can get a 1911. You can get all kinds of stuff. You can get revolvers. You can get things that are gonna resemble the gun you carry. So if you need to be able to practice, and you want it cheaper, because these little pellets are a lot cheaper than rounds nowadays, you can do that really cheap and easy. Or if you got a kid that wants to learn how to shoot, all right, well, practice on this. All right, so it has an instruction manual. I said, the hell with that. I mean, who needs these? But at least it has it. So that's that. We're going to load up a magazine, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Oh, and you can get, this is a Range Max Universal ambidextrous sheath. Fits perfect. Fits perfect. All right, so for the sheath, for the magazine, you'll see that there's an arrow on the bottom, boop, and the arrow points to the direction your round is going. When it seats inside the weapon, this is leaning back toward you, right? So all you do is you pinch. Ooh, I'm trying to do this and be all cool about it. So you pinch and pull, and what you have in there is a bunch of little circles, or a bunch of little holes, and we're just going to stick rounds inside these holes. I'm not going to make you watch me load the entire thing, but I'll show you how to load up. I'll load a couple, and then you guys are going to be able to figure it out. So you open up your little canister, and that's what you have, just a bunch of little rounds. And there's a million different kinds of pellets you can get. You can get pellets just for target, pellets just for accuracy, pellets for killing squirrels. I was talking to a kid who was there who was like a champion squirrel killer, and he was the one giving me advice on different things, on rounds and whatnot, what kind of rounds, because I don't shoot a lot of pellet guns. I got a lot of guns, but it's nice to be able to just go into the yard. Here I am talking and not even showing you. So you take your pellet, all right, it looks like this. There's a hole. That's where the air forces the pellet out, right? And you find the direction of your arrow, boop, and that's where the tip, or the part without the hole, is going to go, unless you have a hollow tip. And all you're doing is taking it and finding one of these little holes. And am I in a hole? I can't see with you guys. All right, so then you just take it and you push it until it's flush, like that. Then this moves so you can get to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. So I am going to load this up, and then we're going to shoot it. All right, so I am fully loaded up. This thing takes a lot of damn pellets. It takes a lot of pellets. So let's see. Oh, it even says this side toward target right on it, so that's a good thing. So now I have one set up and ready to go. I still have my old CO2 in there that I started using yesterday, so I'm going to see if there's any juice in that still. If not, then I'm just going to throw a new one in, and you guys get to see how that's done. Or I'll just shoot out what I have in there, and then I'll add one so you guys can see how it's done. But let's go and pop some rounds. All right, so I just wanted to test the CO2, and I found out that when the CO2 is empty, it stops pulling the trigger unless I'm having a jam. But I shot this log right here. I don't know if you can see, but there's a round in there embedded. There's going to be a lot of people asking the question that, you know, whenever somebody brings out some kind of weapon, they always say, can you use it for personal protection? Oh, short answer, yes. If you want to piss somebody off that's coming at you, you can use it. But if you have an attacker who is some kind of crackhead who's just trying to get something from you, A, pulling is generally going to scare him away. And B, it hurts. It hurts. And if you rattle off 10 shots in somebody's face, these are going through. They're going through. Not enough to kill them. You're not getting to the brain, but you're going to crack some bone. You're going to do some bone chipping, things like that. But I don't recommend it unless it's Bigfoot attacking you. Try not to shoot. You know, you never want to point these at people. Let's see if there was a. Let's see if there was just a bottle up. Oh, it looks like I might have gotten a hang up, not anything wrong. Let's see. It's on fire now. The safety actually works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on safe, and I'm going to clear the weapon and see if I can't get this mag out without trying to be too forceful. So I'm going to click it in and try again. Let me see if I can get the mag out. All right. So real quick, this is what I had. I had a Pellet Jam, right? So one got almost out, but not fully out. So what I want to do is I'm going to go through and make sure these are fully seated. I don't know why the jam happened, but I'll show you what I did to get it out. If I can find what I used to get it out. It's somewhere around here, but I'll find it in a second. I'll find it in a second and show you. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going through and I'm pushing all my pellets to make sure that they're far enough in, because who knows, it could have been the pellet or it could have been something else. I don't know, but I just want to make sure that they're all flush. And like I said, I was talking to this kid who was he was a competition like squirrel killer. He's a champion squirrel killer. The kid was like probably 12 years old, and he was talking about some of his kills, and his father was there, and he's like, oh yeah, this kid, you know, he gets a lot of kills. So I don't know. I think maybe these magazines are just kind of crappy, and it's just the way it is. But right now it seems to be, you know, cycling as far as this is out of like a little belt. Now, of course, as I say that, I get one stuck. But they're supposed to do that, right? They circle through, and that's how you get from one round to the next. So I'm going to try this again. And I still had some air in my CO2, but what happened was I released it, so I got rid of all the air. So now I have to load a new CO2, which is good for you guys because I can show you. I'm taking this and I'm just doing this, right? And you're sticking it in there, and got to make sure this is wound all the way out. Duh. I unwound it, so now it's going to do that, and so now I'm going to do this, and what's going to happen is I'm just going to turn it, and I just want to break the seal. So right now it's ready to go. It is on safe, and I'll show you there is a safety right here. There's a safety. So forward, red dot means fire. Backward, no red dot means not. So I think it's a common issue among these things to get a blockage like that. And if you get that, and some guy was saying that his happened like every 5 shots. I just looked it up, and there it is. And if you get blockages, hello, I just used one of these, and it's like the kind you put for shish kebabs. I used one of these, and I just pressed soft until I felt it move just a little bit, and then I ejected. So it's good to carry something like this, apparently, using something like this. And hopefully, even if I get another jam, I'm wondering if I'd be able to clear my jam without having to get rid of all my air. So worst case scenario, we're about to find out. But let's go see. Now, where I ended up right when I was out there is I shot some rounds into a log, and they were going in. I mean, apparently you can kill a critter. You know, you can kill birds, you can kill squirrels, you can kill rabbits, depending how far you are. You know, the smaller the critter, the easier it is to kill from close. But a bigger critter, you know, you're gonna have a harder time. So let's see. I'll put you guys right here. What we're gonna do is I'm just gonna set up a box, and we're gonna use that as a target real quick. All right, so now I'm all loaded up. I'm gonna leave my little stick right there in case I need it, and we are gonna back up. We're gonna back up, man, and I'm gonna adjust you guys so you don't fall off of there, and let's find us. Boom. So we're at about 7 yards, and I am off safe, so I don't even think you need to do that, but it's fun anyway. I wonder if I can somehow get you guys in this way. And I'm going to go for this small circle right there. There's a small one. Let's see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it lining you guys. I'm trying to line you up with the sights as close as I can anyway. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I press the air? Let's see. I forgot. It was on safety, and it still trigger pulls on safety, but nothing comes out. Let's try this again. Now I'm wrapped around the camera, so... Bam. Holy crap. So it just went. Dude, I had my arms like this wrapped around you guys, so the camera was inside of here. So that's probably why you had it at that angle, right? This thing's so accurate. This thing is so accurate that here's the circle, here's my hole right there. It's so powerful that 40 yards away, it hit my fence. I heard it go tink off the fence. So that's pretty cool. So this just shows accuracy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to back up to the same spot I was just at, and I'm going to aim for this circle. Hopefully you guys can see it better from 7 yards. Let me see. I don't know where that went. Let me come to you. And here it is. It's right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe I'll aim in here and see if you guys can see that when it hits. Oh yeah. Here's all these hits. Right? So the thing is not bad. It's actually really good. So there's a white paper, a white label. Might be easier to see the holes. So let's see what we got. I'm going to try and one-hand it. Right now we're at 5 yards. Man, you hear that hit? It's just solid. Just solid. Whoop. Right there above my slide. That's the hole. The thing, I'll give it credit. It is 100% accurate. But I don't know for how far. So let's see if we can't hit something that'll make a sound if we shoot it. Just walk around looking for things to shoot in the yard that I'm probably not supposed to be doing. All right, so somebody's gonna say, "What the hell are you doing?" Oh, I see. Oh, I can't shoot in this direction though because there's a place behind it. So let's move this. we got something that we can move around. And oh, you know what? Here we go. I got a barrel over there. I got a barrel. You can see that green barrel right in front of my car. And it looks like it's really close to my bumper, but it's not. But we're going to try and hit that. And right now, we're at about 20 yards. That hit pretty good. Let's see. That hit pretty good. It hit solid. I don't know if it went through. It's just one of those thick Rubbermaids. But let's see. I don't know if I can see a hole in there. But I know I hit it solid. So what I want to do is take a closer shot to see if it'll actually penetrate this barrel. So we're going to stand right here. We're going to take a shot. Ooh, I saw exactly where that one hit. That one hit right here. So the big Rubbermaid, I mean, these are pretty tough. That it's not puncturing that, but at 20 yards, that thing hit easy. I mean, exactly where I aimed. So I got another. That's another Rubbermaid. I was gonna say I got another one. Let's try that. I want to back up even more. Okay, so way in the woods over there, I got a blue one. You see the blue one? Let's try and one-hand it from here. That's even farther. That's a lot farther. So that's not a lot farther, but maybe between 25 and 30 yards. Okay, so way over there, and I'm talking way over there, is that wheelbarrow that I throw knives into. Let's see if we can one-hand it. I can't tell. Oh, I'm hitting the, there's weeds and stuff right in front of it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This will be a test, and this will piss off Shelly because this is some of her spray paint cans. But right there, there's some spray paint cans, and they're at a far enough distance to where a regular BB gun shouldn't be able to hit one accurately. Let's see. Got it. Got it. So the first round, I think, bounced back almost near me. But let's see where I know I mean, obviously we heard it hit. I'm assuming you heard it hit, but I was far back, so I don't know if it's going to puncture it. Oh, wow. Here's exactly where it hit, right here. There's a huge dent right there. So I wonder, oh, that was a pricker. All right, so I wonder, let's back you guys up because I don't want to get, in case it does go, I don't want paint to get on my phone. I don't want paint on my phone. All right, let's try this. I'm trying to set you guys up so I can get a good hold. All right, that's that one right there. That one hit. That one hit. These pellets are flying right by me. They're hitting and flying by. So I might have a jam, which the guy said his went like every 5, so mine's doing better. So I can see all the little dents. It's not breaking through this. The one I did miss, it's deep into here though. It's really deep. So you can see it's got enough power to dent a can. It's got enough power to break skin, basically. But it's not going to shoot through steel. Although there are different pellets. And there are some pellets that I've used in my rifles that you can actually use to get through stuff. Now, this is something that's going to be stupid. I'm going to try and clear the round. And remember, it's got air in it. I'm going to try and clear the round without getting rid of the air. And see if that works. Hey, it did. So the guy I saw that had his get stuck, he had to remove his air. He's like, oh, I got to remove the air and da-da-da, because, for safety reasons. But apparently, I just put it on safe. And now it's good to go. And I didn't have to remove my air, which would have been, all my CO2 would have been gone. Well, that's pretty good. Bam, right there. So I still got CO2. So here's the deal. If you carry something like this when you shoot one of these. Let's see if it'll go through that plastic. Oh, I think I might be out on that. I might be out on that. Maybe. Let's see. But I'm gonna try different pellets. I think I'm out of air. Let's see. Either that or I'm out of pellets and I'm just wasting air. And I think I'm out of pellets. Okay. So now I'm just blowing through air. So at least I know that there's enough air. Oh, I missed two. There's enough air to get full mags, right? So let's see if I can't line it up and see if I can't. There's two in there, and I wonder if that's the two that got stuck. All right, let's try that. There's that. Now let's see if that went through. So all in all, yeah, that went through. It fed, or it just it cycled. Maybe it cycled, and I just don't know the rotation of this. Yeah, it looks like it did that. So I'm gonna put it this way, and I'm gonna put it one slot before it and see if it spins into it. Yep, that's what it was. That was pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, these hard rubber ones are pretty tough. So all in all, it's not too bad. I can reload and do some more shooting. It's crazy accurate. That's what I'm going to say about this thing. Is it is really, really accurate, and it's accurate as far as the shape and all that, the size. It's really good. Now, right now, I have it on safe, so I can shoot, and nothing's going to come out because the safety blocks the CO2. So all my pellets inside would still be spinning, but there's nothing to push them out. So that's it for that. All right, so it is freezing outside. I am really cold right now. But let's wrap this up. Another thing I wanted to say, I was watching a video from Concerned Aussie, and I'm concerned because a dude still had under 100 subs, and I do not know why. I love this guy. He's honest, and you can see he ended up having a problem with his preacher, his D-bad preacher, and he felt bad that he had to talk about a problem. You know, it's like, you know, you got to be honest. If there's a problem, there's a problem. But in the preacher's defense, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a video to show that this is like, it's any clip point knife. The clip point comes to a sharp tip at the end. What he did is he took the knife backwards and he took the clip onto a steel barrel. And the dude's insane. He's crazy, right? And he swings the knife and he hits the tip on a steel barrel and bends in the tip. And he's like, "Oh man, that sucks." But he's like, "It shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have hit a steel barrel with a tip." And I'm gonna take a couple of well-known knives. I think I might take them out and hit the clip points on something. I might just use that plastic wheelbarrow and see if that does it, because clip points are not made to be swung backwards on the direct tip on metal objects. Concerned Aussie. But the guy is so honest and so real that he had to talk about it. But he's like, "I love this knife." He goes, "All right, don't hit steel barrels with your knife backwards." All right, so that's it for this one. If you're looking for a really cool plinker, and I'm not just gonna say this one, Sig does make a good one. Can you get some jams in there? I found out, yes, you can, but they're really easy to clear, A, and B, it might just come down to the kind of ammo you're using. So I'm gonna try some different pellets and see if I have different results. But all in all, this thing is crazy, crazy accurate. It's a pellet gun. Anyone can buy them. Scab, I love you, man. Sub to Scab. Hey, don't forget to sub to this guy, too. That's it for me. It's football day. I'm going to go have some fun. I got to take this poncho off. I am Donnie B all day. Until next video.